Hey, so this is some future stuff, I guess, or maybe it's actually something that happened 2 years ago, and according to CNN, as of last week, it still happens. So I don't know if people know about this platform that's been around called the Facebook. Um,
Well, would you say that it's Back to the Future stuff?
yeah, pretty much. This is a throwback. A lot of ways, this is a throwback, and unfortunately, it's good.
DeLorean time.
It's good to remind people of things because a lot of fucked up things are happening at the same time, and I just want to make sure for viewers watching on Facebook that you're aware of that Facebook is if it had the ability to like drill into your head with an actual drill, it would do that. So we're gonna
I mean,
talk.
I mean, you can't even really understate what you just said. Like, really, truly think about what you just said. I mean, they are looking to, in the case of Facebook, they want you to wear these glasses that helps Facebook surveil you and see everything that you're looking at in the
They,
direction
they
that you're
really
looking
had
at.
they really had the nerve to come out with some sunglasses at this moment in time.
Yeah, and then you got was it Elon Musk that is playing around with fucking brain implants, which you would have to drill into your head for. So yeah, it's really, here at Black Power Magic Hour, especially myself, I love hyperbole. We're not fucking around with this one. This is some real shit.
Yeah, because I got to show you some real world consequences to Facebook. I mean, Facebook was. I'm kind of upset. A lot of feelings. One, that Apple just held onto the story for 2 years and didn't say nothing. That slavery was happening on a digital platform. We have Apple once threatened Facebook ban over Mid East maid abuse. So this headline totally undersells the story. So you saw this, oh yeah, whatever. It's probably like wage theft or something. No, this is like slavery. Apple was gonna ban Facebook off of its fucking platform because of slavery. That's the headline, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so 2 years ago,
Oh,
Apple.
and there
Yeah,
is no material difference for those out there that want to try to splice hairs. There really is no material difference between indentured servitude and slavery.
no,
There really is no
this is
difference.
full blown slavery. They were like buying people. It was like it wasn't even that sugar coated at all. So 2 years ago, Apple threatened to pull Facebook and Instagram from its app store for concerns that the platform is being used as a tool to trade and sell maids in the Mid East. This is full blown slave talk language. This is not like indentured servitude. This is like straight up buying people. Um, After publicly promising to crack down, Facebook acknowledged internal documents obtained by the Associated Press. That's because we have to wait. We have to get leaks, and we have to hustle information on the Facebook. That's not a good sign. That company this big, we have to like sneak information for crucial things like this, like people being sold. Um,
It doesn't
under
even look like people are really sneaking it. Like you said, quick search of Kadima, and the accounts have the photographs with the prices next to them. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. They're not even trying to hide it. They're like, yo, Facebook, all right. And you know what? They probably get the same business email shit. Because, here at Black Power Magic Hour, we got the whole Black Power Magic Hour thing on Facebook as well. And, we get these emails all the time about how we can get discounts on, what is it, the advertising on Facebook.
oh yeah,
Oh, we'll give you $5 towards advertising. How much you want to bet these motherfuckers are getting the same emails we are?
yeah, and they're probably getting a discount because unfortunately, according to all the leaked documents that Facebook own documents, that it's cheaper to make horrible ads like this than to make an ad that, hey, I want to help people with my new business. No, I want to sell people. That probably got more hits.
Yo,
Um,
and let's be real about this, okay? And I really wish this was hyperbole, but it's probably not. So don't sue me. But doesn't Mark Zuckerberg strike you as a guy that would be which go to his Facebook, and he's the type of person to be searching for Kadima? He just seems like one of those types of people that would mistreat a maid.
I mean, this is insane. I mean, like you said, the even today you can search for these terms in Facebook right now. It will bring up accounts of featuring posed photographs of Africans and South Asians with ages and prices listed next to the images.
Yeah, like right
That's
there. And the thing is, I never even knew this existed because normally what I see on Facebook is people whining and crying about left wingers and right wingers. But you know, if you really start going outside of your own carefully curated, you know, echo chamber, you see that there's a lot of wild, like the Facebook might be an internet unto itself.
yeah.
I mean,
This, for
Facebook is
some,
its
that's
own
the thing. For some,
eBay,
that's
it's
the
its
thing.
own
Some,
Match.com, it's its own everything.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like for some countries, some people, Facebook is the internet for people, and that's a big problem in a lot of ways.
I
People
think
like
we
when
know some people on our Facebook friends list that Facebook is their whole internet.
uh, so so here we go. In our investigation, domestic workers frequently complain to their recruitment agencies of being locked in their homes, starved, forced to extend their contracts indefinitely unpaid, and repeatedly sold to other employers without their consent. So
You know,
when it comes to
you
land
lost me.
use,
You
recruit,
lost me at
yeah.
locked in the homes. If the door locks from the inside, you're in a bad situation. If somebody has a chain on a bucket and is constantly telling you to put the lotion in the bucket, you're in a bad situation.
So in a statement to the AP, Facebook said it took the problem seriously despite continued spread of ads exploiting farming workers. We prohibit human exploitation. No, so this is a lie
Bullshit.
because
Your
really you can.
whole fucking platform is human exploitation by virtue of your own algorithm. I want to hear that shit from you. Fuck you.
So these workers are being recruited, going to places like the Gulf, the Middle East, where there is practically no proper regulation of how they're recruited and how they're treated when they end up in the places where they work. So when you put those two things together, you really it's a recipe for disaster. So so Facebook, like human rights act, Facebook are worried that labor cost committees pointed to the kafala system prevalent across much of the regions. So this is some old ass shit right here. This is an old slave. This is before mechanized, like slavery that
Now
United
you like
States.
how they tried to do you like how they tried to humanize Facebook? So
Yeah.
let's go over this again. Okay? Facebook, like human rights activists. No. They're not like human rights activists. Okay?
It's a
Facebook is not
conglomerate of
worried about this
shareholders.
shit.
It's a conglomerate
Facebook
of
is
shareholders.
worried about the price of the stock and making sure that that price goes up. That's what they're worried about. They're not worried about any kafala system or any caste system or anything. They don't care. They're not worried. So, come on, Associated Press. Like, we need to have we have to have a news source out there that kind of sort of feels like they're just telling the story instead of trying to affect how you feel about the story. Don't tell me that Facebook is worried about any of this shit. Facebook only cares that Facebook gets paid.
So this is crazy. This is So we're gonna actually play this report because like I said, this is old news. This is actually a whole ass documentary about this from 2 years ago. So this is the thing. This is not so Facebook can say whatever it wants. There's already been documentary about it already. People are already trying to rescue people from this shit. So it's really happening. Whatever Facebook says about the damage is more deeper than we ever imagined. We don't know the damage. So so that's why Apple threatened to remove the app, citing examples of the pictures in their biographic details showing up online. Facebook engineers found nearly two-fourths of all problematic posters, including showing
Three-fourths,
three-fourths.
75%. Yeah.
Wow, showing maids and videos and screenshots of the conversations recorded on Instagram. So you go. Instagram is becoming this nightmare place. Links to maid
No,
selling
no,
sites
no, 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 no,
predominantly
no, no, no,
affected
no.
Facebook.
No. Instagram is not becoming a nightmare place. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All right? Come on. Come on. Tell the truth to the people like you usually do, Mr. Rhodes. Come on, man. Like
This story is
I call it
this story is,
Narcigram for a reason.
so if this story is from 2 years ago, that means Instagram knew about it years before that.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
this-
Hell yeah.
so
I
this
mean,
puts you-
I mean, come on. I mean, how much you want
if
to
this is
bet?
from 2019, then this is probably stuff from 2010, right?
How much
You're
you
like,
want to bet on Narcigram, the accounts where they're selling these people are probably verified? They're probably verified accounts. Because they don't give a fuck. Come on, man. Come on.
So
Come
then
on.
Saudi Arabia plans a major public awareness campaign.
Yeah, but, man, if you don't
Wow.
get the entire fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Thank you,
What?
thank you,
We're
Saudi
supposed to
Arabia.
believe. We're supposed to believe that Aladdin is real. Fuck you. That's
Egypt-
an insult.
Egypt didn't even
Egypt did the
respond.
right thing. Egypt did the
Oh.
right thing. They're like, listen,
Gangster.
yeah.
That is
Yo, Saudi
cold-blooded.
Arabia stay lying to your fucking face, even though like the truth is right there.
Yeah, they're
So-
fucking. They literally
they don't
chop
care,
somebody.
son.
They literally chop somebody up.
Yeah, they chopped up a journalist
and then pretend like
and
it
said
didn't
we
happen.
didn't do it.
Yeah. We didn't know what. We don't know how it happened in our embassy. We don't know how that happened. How can he fell into the blades? He fell into the blades.
We
and cut
did. We
himself
did
up.
not chop him up the way we chopped him up.
He fell on a bunch of blades, and then he fell into a bunch of garbage bags, and then
Like the Adams family, the hand just jumped in the garbage bag.
look at Saudi Arabia is crazy. So while Facebook
Oh man, and we probably better fucking chill talking about them niggas too.
I'm gonna get on a plane, and they're like, "Is this plane
Because you
going
already
to?"
know, I've got like Arab ancestry. They'll find a way to disappear my ass.
So this goes back to the years. While Facebook disabled over 1,000 accounts on its websites, its analyst papers acknowledged that as early as 2018. This story is an old story. It's just shocking. The nerve of this company. So I want to pull up the old video because this goes into like the article actually has some examples. So why don't I just show you the old video from 2 years ago that talks about this? It leaves. So this is a wild story. So the AP briefly mentioned this documentary, this BBC documentary that came out in 2019 before the pandemic.
Well, before we play this, do you think that the BBC should change their acronym at this point? I'm not saying.
I mean, no, they're gonna keep it.
I'm just saying.
The Brexit.
مشان الشغال المحطوط على الانترنت
للامانه الشهاده لله ما اساسا بيه.
Oh my god.
ولو تقعدت الساعه 5 الفجر ما تكشف نفسها وزينه.
Oh my god.
I just felt
In
the
the Gulf,
footage was way
women
more
employed
striking
as
than just reading
domestic
it.
workers are being
Oh
sold
my God.
online via apps approved and provided by Google.
And we know we're not
Apple.
just talking about domestic work
It's been
either.
called an online slave market. Our BBC News Arabic team posed as a husband and wife looking to buy a domestic worker in Kuwait.
Ready?
An app called For Sale is used to buy and sell domestic workers alongside cars and TVs.
Yo, Google! This is happening on your watch! This is happening on Android! This is a Google Play
BBC Team
Store!
spoke to
Hey
57
Google, can I get
users of
two
For
ladies
Sale
here
who
tonight?
were selling their domestic workers online for thousands of pounds.
Oh my god!
Most women had no knowledge they were being advertised online and then
Wow,
sold.
that is
عندها فكره ان هي حتنتقل على
Disturbing.
مكان ثاني او ما عندها مانع بالموضوع؟
Is she aware that she'll be moving?
ما قلت لها؟
ما عندها مشكله.
so you kidnapping her. Okay, that's great.
App users were violating national and international law.
So it's
and
kidnapping.
That's how he
monitoring
says she
human
has to
trafficking
come
and
to
forced
work?
labor
Nigga,
by
she
selling
lives
these
at
women.
work.
They were also denying domestic workers their basic human rights.
إجازة بتاخد إجازة؟
لا احنا كرواتيين ما نخلي صراحة احنا مجرمين.
بالنسبه
Oh,
للموبايل
Yo!
لا لا انسى موضوع
yo,
الموبايلات ما أعتقد.
son.
يعني هذا من النوع اللي
Oh!
يعني ما بدها تتكلم مع اهلها مثلا اذا بتتكلم مع اهلها او كذا.
يمكن معنا تعطيكم
Oh!
You can give it to her once a month? What? Excuse me? We don't
Oh!
Only apps
Yo!
they used to sell women
Yo,
online.
they don't give a fuck,
BBC found
son!
hundreds of domestic workers for sale on Saudi app Haraj and Facebook-owned Instagram.
كيف حالك اخي؟ ان شاء الله طيب.
The Undercover team arranged
This
to
is
meet
like
with
one of
some
the
the
worst
sellers in
segments
person.
we've ever done, son. This is horrible, son. This
One
is
of
like
them
I mean,
he
this
told us he
this is one of
Facebook.
the worst things I've ever seen.
I mean, Facebook is allowing this to happen. Meanwhile, they're banning people for posting
Nigga, they got
old
apps
Family
on
Guy
Google
photos.
Play. They got apps on Google Play. Son.
You know, the things they ban people for, and what's been happening.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Oh my god.
Don't get me.
You
Don't
really
get,
had this lady. Yeah, this what is that lady banned from Facebook? The lady said that she like you could have her once
she's
a
like
month.
law.
Fuck that! I'm a
Fuck your
criminal.
law.
I'm a criminal.
I got
bitch.
slaves.
I'm a criminal. Is she banned off of Facebook?
Criminal.
You ban her? Like what the fuck?
urged our team to break the law by confiscating the domestic worker's passport and denying her any time off.
شو بسوي في المرور؟ شرطي
Now she says right wing stuff. You know, she says left wing stuff on her Facebook page. So
والله ما بعرف انا
she doesn't
it's
insult
really
women
opposite. You have to
on
say
Facebook.
right-wing stuff. If you say
Yeah,
left-wing stuff, you get
Oh yeah,
banned.
they're definitely gonna promote the right wing to you. But if you actually, if you're a regular singular person saying right wing stuff, then they ban you. Yeah, she does everything. I'm sure.
هيدا نحط الإعلان من ساعة.
A new ad appears on For Sale,
Yo, that man is
an
devastated just
African
looking at the
domestic
shit.
worker for $3,800.
ألو مرحبا. كيفك؟ عم بتصل فيك
The way these people are talking about these other people, oh my god, yo.
She's very good and smiley.
في مجال نشوفها اتعرف عليها انا وزوجي هون هو هلا حدي عم نتصل فيك.
حياكم الله.
شكرا.
شكرا.
Oh my god.
The Undercover team get ready.
And this
to
is
meet
not
the
just
seller.
evil men doing this stuff. You know, you
Nothing
got
can prepare
women
them for what
selling
happens
other
next.
women. This is crazy, son.
انت وجه الاسئله انا اسف.
I mean, that's how they fall for it. Usually, it's like an older woman. Like, hey, I got this gig
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're in a fucking shipping crate.
والله العظيم ما كنت شوفي هذا بابا هذا ماما. اسمها
Oh my god.
انا انسى من كذا ما اعرف.
Oh wow. No, they don't give a single fuck.
This is like we can't catch any predators. This is the name of this show. No, we
They're
can't
like-
catch any predators.
They're like, yo,
Watch
they're
the
like,
predators. You can't do shit about the predators.
no, this is a show called to catch a victim. That's what this is. Because the predators are the one running. Yo, like, to be honest, Chris Hansen said that he was trying to get predators, but he was a predator himself,
like, yeah.
right? This is. Oh my god.
بس طبعا كان بالها بيت خفيف.
قد ايه
شوفي
عمرك؟
ماما هذه ماما هذا بابا.
قد ايه عمرك؟
Now you're supposed to call them mother and father.
اقول لكم الصدق يعني عشان راح مع
We're shocked to find this woman offering to sell us a child. The young girl seems withdrawn and confused.
كلمة ويا ماما.
بديتوا تعلقوا عن فرنسا.
That looks like a kid.
رسالة
Or she looks, maybe she's developmentally disabled.
16 ans.
This whole posture and
جيت انا شوي
everything.
هيك شو
Oh my God.
شوي هيك.
هلا هي بتستحي صوتها ما بتطلع بتستحي.
By employing a domestic worker under the age of 21, this woman is breaking Kuwaiti law and could face up to 6 months in prison.
Yeah, that's
We showed our
not that
footage
much of
to
a
Amila
penalty,
Bula,
really.
the UN Special Rapporteur on
For owning
contemporary
somebody?
forms of slavery.
This is the quintessential example of modern slavery. Here we see a child being sold and traded like chattel, like a piece of property. What they are doing is illegal. It is not only in violation of national Kuwaiti law.
So, like,
Contemporary forms of slavery.
Like
Look at
everything-
that language.
Like Facebook fucking like weaponized. So this industry, like I could disclaim, this industry was already been here. It's been here already. But Facebook and social media just like made it on steroids.
Right.
you
Like,
know?
remember, Amazon used to sell physical books,
Yeah.
and now they have Kindle, right?
Yeah.
This is the Kindle version of slavery.
It is a violation of international human rights law and labor standards. So if Google, Apple, Facebook, or any other companies are hosting apps like these, they have to be held accountable. What they are doing is promoting an online slave market.
Google, Apple, and Facebook all claim that they prohibit modern slavery and human trafficking on their platforms. But we found thousands of domestic workers being illegally sold through hashtags used on Instagram and other apps provided by Google and Apple. The online slave market would not be possible without the system of employment used across the Gulf known as kafala, where a domestic worker's visa is tied to their employer or sponsor. Under this system, the domestic worker cannot quit their job or leave the country.
Yo, if we're being real, that there's a what's that H-1B some weird ass visa.
The United States.
Yeah, here in the United States, it's not really that fucking different.
Well,
right?
you're owned by someone.
They give you the illusion of freedom because even our citizens, the so-called freedom that we have in this country, it is much of an illusion. But then you have these visas where they want to, encourage more of the world's top talent to come to this country to make the corporations even more wealthy so that they can make poor people even poorer. And you'll see that the visa is tied to the sponsoring company. That's not really materially different. Now, they might be able to call their mother more often. They might not have to call their manager mommy or daddy, but
there's slave mom and slave dad.
It's slavery. It's again like slavery 2.0, and I want to make sure that I point that out. So even you people that think that our visa program here in the United States is somehow equitable or fair, we just heard just right here that there is no material difference between this, kafala nonsense and the H-1B2, I don't know, sounds like a fucking flu strain that we have here in the United States. So, I just want to throw that out there.
Without their sponsors' permission, Kuwait has some of the strongest laws to prevent sponsors from abusing
put a
this
smiley
system.
face on her.
But apps like For Sale, Haraj, and Instagram enable employers to sell the sponsorship of these workers to other employers for a profit, creating an unregulated black market that leaves women more vulnerable to abuse and exploitation.
That's the problem with that kind of system.
So basically,
the employer thinking
it's
that
our.
They own already
hold
the
on.
worker.
So,
but it does.
I want to make sure I get this right. So how they just described that is our housing market in the United States, but instead of houses, it's women.
It shouldn't be the situation. It's only the service, but not the totality of the person.
Together we are stronger.
Anna Bunda is the founder of Sandigan, an NGO which campaigns for the welfare and rights of domestic workers in Kuwait. Following Anne's advice, we show our video of the underage girl to Kuwaiti authorities to see if they can help find her.
ضد القانون. لا يجوز له أصلاً أنه هو يتنازل عن العمل. المفروض كان واجب من صاحبة العمل هذه ما تتداول هذا.
Yeah, but the people selling them already said that.
The people selling them are bold, so don't give a fuck what you think.
They said we are criminals. That's what they said.
10 days later, they managed to find the girl.
Well, at least they got her.
Yo, you think your local drug dealer says, "Oh yeah, I'm a criminal"?
It takes a different level to be like that.
That's crazy.
A government official. She admits to being underage and is deported back to Guinea.
That means like I'm a criminal with politicians. That's why.
And then what kind of life is she going back to in Guinea?
Fatou is one of hundreds of underage girls trafficked each year from Guinea, West Africa. She's now living with an adopted family in Conakry, the capital city.
Like they can't even show her face because she's underage.
But also, they don't
Fatu
want
says
people
she
to
worked
like
for 3
go,
different households
after
in
her
her 9
and do
months in
something to
Kuwait,
her.
but was only paid 2 months' salary. She didn't want to show her face on camera, but she wants her story to be heard.
Wow.
And they said she was smiley.
Oh shit.
Yep. And she's right. But the way
Fatu
they
is looking
portrayed her
forward
in
to
that video
starting
was like
school
she
again
had
and
development
rebuilding her
problems.
life
Yeah.
in Guinea. But
And
there
she's
are
just
still
as
thousands of
articulate as
domestic
anybody
workers
else.
being bought and sold on Instagram,
I mean, when you're
Haraj,
being
and other
held
apps
hostage
available on
and
Google Play
not know
and
what
the
the-
Apple App Store. The policeman and the woman who tried to sell us Fatu did not provide us with a statement, and no legal action has been taken against them.
There you
The
go. There
Kuwaiti
you go.
government.
So what did they do? They just took the girl. Nothing happened to the people. So that's why those guys can say they're criminals and like they can do what the
Trying
fuck
to
they
comment
want.
further on Fatu's case. Following our investigation, For Sale, the app which was used to sell Fatu, removed its domestic workers section and said,
The allegations are appalling and ones that For Sale completely condemns.
Facebook, which owns Instagram, told us,
We do not allow content or behavior on Instagram that may lead to human exploitation.
Yeah, that's why
Haraj,
it's
the commodity
used
app used
for
in
exactly
Saudi
that
Arabia,
purpose.
did not provide us with a statement. Both Google and Apple told the BBC that this type of behavior has no place on their application stores and that they are working with app developers to better prevent illegal activity like this on their platforms.
What? That's the most vaguest shit I've ever heard. I'm working with people to stop something.
How much did the how much did the person that was tasked with writing that bogus statement, how much did they get paid? I bet you they don't need affordable housing.
Yeah. So
all housing is affordable to whoever wrote that statement.
So this is a pretty shocking some future stuff, and this is only like Tuesday, and allegedly they're supposed to be releasing more Facebook stuff. So something to show you, like,
did you know that there has been warnings from the top down that there's going to be more negative press on Facebook very soon?
Yeah.
And I think it's because they know that the cat is slowly leaking out of the bag, and they know that the entire extent of what they've done and what they continue to do is going to come out. And I think that they are prepared to take this hit for a little while and then go back to dominating people's lives because people are addicted to the platform.
Yeah, people are. It's sad. So that's a crazy Back to the Future segment. You can follow Black Power Magic Hour on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook until they turn us to White Power Magic Hour, and we're two blonde people, blue eyes. And then Dr. Regis, he's live on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, talking
now
shit.
you're gonna be the white one. I'm gonna be the black one. And you have the whip in your hand.
Oh,
and you're gonna be like, your name is indentured servant.
Employment opportunities.